Senate Bill 501 was heard in the Assembly Arts and Entertainments Committee this morning. It's a very, very important bill. It will give people the power to remove their very personal information from the internet when it is posted in a public place, and will also allow a parent to remove personal information as well on behalf of their child. It's a very narrow bill, but a very important bill. It would allow an individual, for example, to remove a Social Security number that had been posted publicly, or bank account numbers, or credit card numbers, or the home address of someone who's being stalked. The whole impetus behind this bill is public safety and privacy, two very important things we work on here at the state capitol. And this bill would have allowed an individual to remove a list of 10 very important personal items that can lead to, if in the wrong hands, to identity theft or to some other sort of crime as a stalking, kidnapping, etc. So the bill was heard. The opposition was, how can I say this? The opposition was very strong, but unfortunately there was a lot of misinformation about this bill in this hearing. And if we had looked at really what this bill did, I think that the bill might have had a chance of passage. But I do believe that the bill was misunderstood by members of the committee. So I'm actually very hopeful that we'll have another opportunity to take this bill and move it out of that committee. I actually requested that the bill stay in committee when it looked like it was not going to pass, so that we have the opportunity to fight again. This issue is just too important to not fight for. Young people are put in danger by putting information on the internet that they innocently believe is not going to be shared with the greater outside world, where there might be danger. And adults as well. Sometimes their information, it's not that they post it themselves, but it might be posted somewhere and it escapes out more into a little more public realm. And if an individual wants to make sure that their home address that they have not posted is taken off the internet, this would give them the power to do that, or to remove their personal financial information to protect themselves from identity theft. We have lots of laws on our books who protect people when this type of information is made public through a data breach or some other sort of situation. People are notified. People are then given the opportunity to do what they should do to protect themselves because this information is now made public. This bill would give an individual the opportunity to, again, take care of themselves or take care of their child and keep them from financial or physical harm. And, you know, I'm hopeful that we will move this bill forward. It's just too important to let it not go forward. So I'll be working to make sure that it gets passed. Well, I'm really sorry to say that it's not unusual sometimes that we have witnesses that speak to every issue but what's in a particular bill and talk about scenarios that are really not part of the subject matter of the bill, and a lot of that was going on today. There was a lot of misinformation, and there was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of diversion. If we had spent the whole hearing talking about just what the bill did, I think we would have had the opportunity to move the bill forward. But it's really unfortunate that people feel they have to give mistruths in order to defeat a bill. It should be on its merits. So sad to see that happen today, but that doesn't mean we're going to give up and get this bill passed. There are controls already that restrict young people's usage, and if they are deciding to lie about their age, they're most likely lying about their age to get around the restrictions that the internet entities have already placed on their usage. There is no proof whatsoever that this bill will create that sort of situation. And excuse me, in any event, this is not a constitutional issue. We've looked at the Constitution, and we have determined that removing somebody's Social Security number or bank account numbers or mother's maiden name is not a breach of the First Amendment right to speech. Well, I plan on having a hearing, an informational hearing, and include members of the Judiciary Committee staff, and the Arts and Entertainment Committee. I actually talked to the chair about this already, so we can put all the issues on the table, so we can answer all of the questions and we can clear up all the misperceptions. And I think that that would be a very great exercise on behalf of the safety of our children.
And I know that you take this to heart. in so many ways. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a visceral thing for you, right?
Well, I think it's ridiculous that we can't pass a bill that protects children's safety. Come on now. That's our job.